Hello, 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 and welcome to a brand new series on Shadowlands SMP with FTB Skies 2. So we started out with a small little island here and just kind of started tearing the place apart. We went and fell into the void to get some grains of infinity, managed a very nice landing in our little one patch of water there, and so far we've just been working on trying to get some more wood here. So we took down a tree, blocked off our water so it's a little bit better contained, found a brown shulker box, which we're currently using for storage, and started building up our little island here. So I've got a few plans for this area, thinking probably doing a little bit of a more circular central area and then figuring out how we're going to do the rest of the area. But we've got a few things. We've got grass, which is why we need to fall into the void, and all in all, not too bad. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anything from starting out going through the portals to getting this set up. So, you're joining us here with a little bit of progress. But again, most of what I'm waiting for is that tree to grow up, and it is getting rather dark. We have to look into getting some torches. What do we need to do to get coal? Coal. Where's our mate? Getting started here. Sure, there's something here. Does this have coal on it? No. No, it does not. But we can get a campfire. Various items. So we need a torch for that. We do need cobblestone. Find if it's just to work with. It's got to be a better way than straighting water, though. So we need to strain water. Place the water passively collect the essence drifting through the void waters. Form familiar resources, both material and organic. So we need string, which means we need slabs to get ourselves that composter. So, waiting on that. Fortunately, it doesn't look like we have the crouch to do the faster growth. So, that's fine. We'll figure it out. So, we're going to have to wait for that. And I'll be back once we actually have some wood and can actually do some more stuff. Alright, so we've gotten a few more trees. I've gone and expanded up the island a little bit. So, we now have a few trees here on the outside. We've got 4 spots here. I crafted a wooden hoe because apparently this will let us grow the saplings a little bit faster, which has been a huge help. I've started putting a ring of dirt around our little central platform here. I think this is where we're going to start growing up a bunch of crops and stuff. Probably eventually turn this all into grass, but for now we need crops because we need to get string, and for that we need a composter. So get that there. Looks like our grass blocks are growing here. I did take out all of the fake grass that we had. So we have no fake grass left, which is kind of nice. We got that. So it looks like we are going to need this. And that gave us a flower. This may take a while. Because we need, what is it, hemp seeds? Yeah. Rush of grassy growth, we need hemp seeds. Which means we need more saplings. Is there a hoe that we can use to speed things up here? No. Are these fire sticks? Which should be important. Looks like that's what we need for campfire. So we need a coal or charcoal. Which means we need ash. Okay. Burning logs are enemies with fire. So we'll have to try and do something with that. Make sure we keep enough stuff on hand to keep getting more trees. But at least we have enough wood now that we can actually try and get some more stuff. So if we do that, theory, that should work. I want to keep an eye on that though, because we don't want to burn down our base. Well, that didn't take too long. And yep, that's going. Okay. We'll have to smelt some logs in a furnace in order to get charcoal that way. Hopefully not too big of a deal. So in the meantime, I've been busy working on decorating up our little space here. Gone and put all of our dirt in around our wooden platform. But what I'm thinking is we're going to do this nice little ring here. We'll put a nice little water feature around here, maybe 5 blocks out from here. That's what I'm thinking. But for that, we need clay. So we need this dripper. We need leaves, for which I believe we need wooden shears. If I remember correctly, the recipe is... Oh, okay, so we had some extra logs there. So there we go. wooden shears. Now we just need some leaves, it looks like, and the dripper, which shouldn't be too difficult. I probably should have saved this recipe. Okay, so it's a plank in the middle, slab, buttons, sticks. There we go. So now we just need to get some bowls so we can put water in there, fill those up from our little water source here. And we'll have to go through here and get some leaves. Good thing we got the hoe here. So there we go. New tree. Get some leaves. Now, if we just put those down with the dripper above them, we'll take care of the tree later. So there we go. Dripper, water bowl. All right, that should get us what we need. Now we just gotta wait. We'll put the rest of these in here so that we have extra water in there. Make everything stack better. So, oh, that's leaves into water. So that's not what we need for clay. It's probably going to be dirt, isn't it? All right, well, I guess we have more water there. So we'll have to figure out a way to get more dirt. We used pretty much all of it in expanding our little island here with the nice little dirt ring. So we'll have to figure that out. But let's get these trees cleared out here so that we can actually see a bit better. And we could probably actually take out the top little grass block that we have on our island here. So it looks like we just need 3 clay to get the bucket. So 1 clay block should be enough. So if we do that, we'll just replace the water. We'll get more later when we need it. And there we go. Now we've got clay. We'll take out the dripper because we don't have enough dirt right now to make it useful. And there we go. Got enough clay to make our clay bucket. So that should get us going for a little bit here. We just need to fire it, which I think needs the campfire or the furnace. So we'll have to wait on that. And now we're just waiting on the strainer. So we need cloth mesh, which is going to require quite a bit of string. So we'll have to find a way to get that. Got a few other quests around here that we can possibly do while we work on that. So I'm going to go through and get some of these quests collected up and get some string, and then I'll be back. All right. So we managed to get the industrial hemp seeds. I went and grew them up over here. We're definitely going to have to get the water in over there. But we need some stuff for that. So it is 3 of those per string. We need, I believe, 5 string for each of these. Should have plenty of string here. So if I'm not mistaken, it's 5, and then, yep. There we go. So that gets us the 3 we need for the strainer. Go and set that in there. That should start straining stuff. Stone pebbles. All right. So I guess we just have to let that run till we get everything for that. And go from there. So we just need to get a bunch of cobblestone. How do we get lava? Looks like there's a thing here. Looks like we need the campfire. So we need a lot of cobblestone. That is going to take a while. Ooh, get cherry saplings now? Ooh, that'll be nice. That's cool. Okay. Let's get some more saplings going. We start getting some more trees and stuff in here. That'll be super nice to play around with. And it looks like we got enough here to make, yep, 1 cobble. This is going to take a while. All right, well, we've got a few things that we can look at that we can maybe try and work on while we wait for that to happen. So let's see what sort of beginning quests here we have around the thing. So it's hammer, cobble, lava's there, melting rocks. That's going to be one thing we need with cobble. Let's look at what we have. Tempered jar. Cobblestone can be steadily and fully heated until it melts into lava. Constantly expels the fluid into the world as a fluid capsule. So let's take a look at what we need for that. Shouldn't be too bad. Maybe. Let's see. Cast iron? No idea how we're going to get that. Is that really the only way to get lava? And it looks like that is the only way for us to get a starting piece of lava. So what do we need for this jar? If we can get this tempered glass jar. I don't know how we're going to get some of this. Iron and coal to get cast iron. Oh, that requires that. Iron on a campfire. Well then. That's not too bad. Tempered glass, glass panes on a campfire. Okay. Pretty much everything that we need requires us to get iron. So where do we need to go from here? We either need this crystalmancy, cultivation, or this. Oh, great. Sifting with create. I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing that. Okay. But let's take a look at fishing here. That's probably going to be one of the easier ones to get set up now. On the round, it's possible you'll catch something exceptionally rare. 5 blocks wide, all around the bobber. 2 blocks deep with open air blocks. A treasured essence. Okay. We can easily do that. I was planning on putting some water around our little center area here anyway, so let's get ourselves a rod. Now we're going to need to get an area of water, so let's go and look at stuff here. So we got some more saplings in our strainer, but we need to get water, so that's leaves under the dropper, so we can kind of start marking out where we're going to put our water area here and try and figure that out, and eventually we'll just turn those all into water. So start marking out that area here. Don't want to get too far. This is going to be very interesting to do since we have the void there. You know, with how open that is, that's probably not the best way to do this. Especially since if we do this here, now we'll just have unsupported water over the void, and then we'll have to figure out how we're going to put the riverbed in with water in it already. Oh well, we'll figure something out. Can I actually fish in here? Probably not. Oh, maybe. Okay. Probably not going to get anything fancy, but you know what? This should be interesting. All right, so I'm going to be here fishing and waiting for that strainer to get us some more cobblestone, and then I'll be back. All right, so this is actually doing a lot better than I was expecting. So we got a bunch of essences here, which will help us quite a bit. We managed to actually get some iron essence, which if we do this, we get 6 raw iron from that. But we got enough coal essence here that we can get coal. We also have enough stone pebbles that we can make a furnace anyway, but we actually have coal. So, wait, you need a campfire to make a furnace. Well then, so that's interesting. So I guess instead, we're gonna go and craft up a campfire. It should just be normal here. Yep. I want one just for my own use, but we'll go and do that. We'll probably stick it here once we actually have the water moved out of the way here. We've got our furnace, so we can start crafting a bit of iron. Stick our campfire there. I think we can just put that there. Good. Good. All right. So that'll help a lot. That'll get us our clay bucket. We need the iron ingots so we can get the tempered glass. And for that, we also need some glass panes, which that is 7 of those. So we need 6 things of sand. We need the hammer. It looks like it's the standard progression for hammering stuff. So cobble into gravel, gravel into dirt, dirt into sand, and then sand into dust. But we don't need to go all the way to dust just yet. What do we need for that hammer, though? Okay, so it's exactly what I thought it would be. Just a couple cobblestone and 3 sticks. So that shouldn't be too hard to make. We should just be able to get that right now. Perfect. Okay, well, at least that'll just passively craft up a bunch of stuff. We got birch saplings, mangroves. We got some sea pickles. That'll help. Ooh, we got jungle now, too. Almost got enough for a full dark oak sapling. Soon we'll be able to do whatever wood we want out here. But let's use our hammer there. All right. Well, that'll help quite a bit for getting stuff here. Just need to get a few more things here. So there's 1 thing of sand. Now we just need 5 more. This will be very, very useful for us to expand the base here. So we don't quite have it. We don't want to main miner our sapling there. But we don't quite have enough dirt to go all the way around the base. And it looks like we can't just campfire the sand into the glass, which I figured, but we might as well check. Oh, we've got that. We've got sticks. This will help. We can also start getting us some torches. That'll be really nice. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll probably put the campfire in the middle here. We can move this now. And we'll move it later. We want to keep gathering up more cobblestone for us. We've got sticks here that we can use. Fuel, we've got plenty of logs. And using the hoe to help grow those a little bit faster means that we are not really in short supply of those anytime soon. So, it looks like we're off to a good start here. Just need to get that cobblestone generator. So that is 54 cobblestone, a piece of glass, and the usual bucket of water, bucket of lava to complete the whole generator. So we'll have to get a bucket of lava. That's probably going to involve getting cobblestone for that. And we'll need another bucket of water because I don't want to use our only source. Again, I guess 54 cobblestone is going to take a while. Probably just going to end up fishing for a lot of it because it looks like we can get stone essence here too, which that'll be kind of nice. So we can turn that into 24 cobblestone. So that'll speed things up. Definitely need to get more water though. But once we get one more of those, we'll be able to get infinite water anyway, so that shouldn't be too bad. But there we go, there's our glass. I need to go craft up a bunch more stuff so we can get everything that we need. Need a little bit more iron to go get the buckets. Though we do have the clay bucket, but that's not going to do for getting the lava. So I'll have to do that. We'll get our glass panes here, and then I'll be back. All right, a little bit longer. We got tempered glass jar. I'm hoping it just puts it right into the basic fluid tank. I don't quite know how this works, but it is slowly crafting up that cobblestone into lava. We're about 1/9 of the way there, getting ourselves a cobble generator. So slowly working on that. Probably should go fish for a bit more stuff just because it'll take it a while, but I don't want to leave this cobblestone generator here unattended, or lava unattended. Hopefully it's almost done. We'll find out where that's going to put it. Yeah, so almost done. But while we wait for that, we can go and get out our dripper and get ourselves some water. So we need to get our leaves out here. So we'll start with the one. That's all we really need. So we'll do that, put that on top. Now we just need to fill up a bowl with water, put that in, and go from there. And apparently I can't fill that up with the strainer inside. But there we go. There's the lava done. So pick that up. There we go. Now, cherry tree's grown. Nice. Let's see, can we... Apparently we can't pick the water with a strainer in it. Okay. So we'll have to break that. That's going to be fun and definitely not a mess of storage. Alright, so that's all taken care of. Let's take down our cherry tree here. Be really nice to have more wood types to work with. Don't know what we're going to do with this yet, but we'll figure out something. And that is going to be a pain. We need to figure out something with this ultramine. Do like when it actually breaks all of the blocks instead of just 16, but that's not too bad. We got that done. There we go. That gets us some more saplings. Not that we're really running low with that strainer producing quite a few saplings on its own. We are going to have to deal with the storage issue. Our storage that we have is full right now, so I have to figure out something with that. That gives us 2 oak copper chests, so that'll hold us off for a little bit. We're definitely going to have to figure out something pretty soon, I think. So let's get some of that stuff away in there. We still need to wait for our leaves to turn into water, and just a bunch of stone pebbles. So while I wait for that, I'm going to go and fish up a few more essences, see if we can't get a few more resources. And I'll be back once we actually get our cobblestone generator ready. Alright, so it's been a little bit and we've gotten everything for our cobblestone generator here. It's producing quite a bit. Gone and started crafting up a bunch of dirt. Try and get some more stuff here, and I've started putting in our little river here. So we've got some tuff, we got some mossy cobblestone, we've got some cobblestone. I ended up crafting up some vines from our nature essence that we've gotten from our strainer, and I love how this has been going. This has been working really, really well. Probably ought to get that strainer functioning again now that we actually have an infinite water source. So we're just going to sit that there, go grab get our water here, and apparently we need to put the thing in the strainer and not the other way around. So there we go. That'll start getting us a few more things. Once we get the rest of this river in, we can start getting more fishing stuff, and we should get better loot because this is 7 blocks around. So pretty much anywhere in this river should get us some decent loot. But with that, we're going to have to go and start really getting these circles built up. I don't know how much more we're going to do around this afterwards. We're definitely going to have some more stuff. This is going to be the center of our area. Probably put a campfire here in the middle. We don't have to worry about that. Keep the dirt here. I've got some lanterns set up for lighting, which I think looks really nice. Definitely going to hold off on putting any more of those in until we get a better source of iron, though. So we'll have to wait and see. But we've got a small little area here. I really like how our base is coming along, though. So I think that we just need to get this in. And, yeah, deal with all that water that's flowing down there. It's going to take a while. But with that, I think that is probably going to be it for today. Going to have to gather up a bunch more materials here again. This is going to take a lot of dirt just to get the outer rim here of the river. And we've got a lot that we need to go fishing for and everything else. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going on in our little skyblock adventure here. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.